and gentlemen, the show is about to start. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What it do, everybody? Yes, indeed. Didn't expect it, did you? Yes, indeed. It's the mind of Lunatic, man. We are back at you, man. For those that don't know, this is the After Hours show where everything goes. That's right, everything goes. We just gonna kick back. If you got them, go get you a drink or blow you one. You feel me? Hang out with your boy Lunatic this early AM, top of the morning to everybody out there. Yes, indeed. I see y'all, man. I see y'all up. Everybody who can't sleep, the insomniacs who stay up with the ghosts and goblins at night. Welcome to the Mind of Lunatic. What's the deal? Robert Pinion's in the building, man. We got B out in the building. What is the deal? Cool Kev is up. That's right. If you're up, rock with your boy. You feel me? Yes, indeed. We in this BIH for real, for real. So I'm about to salute. Hey, salute to y'all, everybody out there in the chat, man. Clark, what's the deal, man? Hey, welcome. See, a lot of people, you don't get this show very often. This is just a pop up. You know what I mean? It's my pop up show. It's no rhyme, no reason. It just happens when it happens, and when it does happen, it just do what it do. You feel me? But shout out to each and every one of y'all pulling up right now, man. That means y'all either on the side of the earth where it's daytime, you know what I mean, where people are still up and functioning. But here on the West Coast, yeah, it is a little after 3 a.m. in the morning, and this is the pop-up show, the Mind of Lunatic. We just hang out. We don't have to talk about football. We talk about whatever we want. Anything goes. We could talk about stripping midgets. We could donkey porn. Hey, you know the Raiders got donkey porn coming out next Sunday, right? Yeah, we about to fuck the shit out the donkey. We gonna fuck the shit out the donkeys next Sunday, y'all. Hey, thank y'all for pulling up, man. Hey, if you got your drinks, man, hey, cheers to you. What I'm sipping on right now, I'm off my clear, man. It's Bombay Sapphire Gin and 7 Up. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So salute to the chat, man. The world's most dangerous chat. You know how we get down with the get down. NWA all day, even on your birthday, man. Let's go. So what's up with everybody, man? How y'all doing? But hold up, stop. Hold on. We gotta turn this music off. I see somebody in the chat I ain't seen in a while, man. And you know, my question is, where the fuck you been, Bugsy? Huh? Huh? Where the fuck you been, bruh? Hey, it's good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. I'm glad you're doing all right, man. Like I tell y'all, when I don't see y'all in the chats, it kind of, I be like, you know, I'm just one of them people I get like, man, I hope ain't nothing bad. You know what I mean? You start getting bad thoughts and shit. And I hate that. But you know what I mean? It's good to see you. Each and every one of y'all is good. Cool, Kev, all y'all, man. Y'all fuck with me the long way, and I give you the same in return. You feel me? Salute to y'all, man. Gen 7. Cheers. That's right, Raider. That's right. Raider Fontaine in the building. Bugsy, man. It's good to see you. Michael Guerrero. That's right. I forgot. Graveyard Crew. See, I didn't go to work yesterday, so they didn't have no overtime. So hey, I said, fuck it. I'm up. I took me a nap a little earlier in the daytime, but I said, fuck it. Let me go live and do the pop-up, man. You know what it is. The Mind of Lunatic. Good to see y'all, man. So you get the lunatic that y'all don't get during the weekdays. You know what I mean? People like, damn, I'm kind of reserved back, but you know, I'll be keeping my eye open and my mouth shut. Yes, indeed, man. I just had some veggie ramen. I fucks with ramen, hey, especially at the spot, man. The little ramen spots. I'm gonna tell you what else I fuck with. The Vietnamese like the seafood pho. I fucks with it. Hey, that's the bombest soup that a motherfucker ever had. The bombest. Let me get this. I like my little my asylum music. It kind of soothes me a little bit. I'll be thinking I'll be bullshitting. You know what I mean? It just I don't know. I like this. I like this background music, bruh. I'm always been not your average motherfucker. You feel me? I like the horror movies. I'm not really a big slasher movie type dude. You know what I mean? Because I mean, how much slashing can you do? You keep coming out with slasher movies, like fuck. It's always a knife. You know what I mean? Can we get like a now? That's why I fuck with The Walking Dead. When Negan had that baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire and he was beating the brains out of motherfuckers. That's how you do that shit. Not like in real life. I'm just saying in movies, you do something different. It's always Jason with a knife, Michael Myers with a knife or a machete. Then it's the Scream dude, Ghostface with the motherfucking knife. I mean, goddamn, how many fucking knives? Can we get something different going on? Freddy Krueger was bomb. You know what I mean? Fictional, but when he came out with that blaze on the glove, yeah, you got to do something different, bro. I don't want to see nobody with a fucking steak knife. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? If you gonna do a movie and do a slasher movie, do it that ain't nobody done already. Stop with the fucking butcher knives out the fucking kitchen drawer. We want to see something different. You know what I mean? Like you get a hammer with a nail welded to the end of that motherfucker around instead of just beating him in the head with the hammer. You getting him with a nail. Bink. You know what I mean? Do something different. Hey, that's what we're gonna do to the donkeys next Sunday, y'all. Hey, guys. Hey, the season's about to start. The season is about to start, bro. I can't wait. My G gonna be at ground zero, boy. We about to pound the donkeys for real. We gonna, hey, what's the little rapping chick that talk about Pound Town? The little ugly looking bitch. Yeah, I said it. The little ugly ass rapping bitch with the tattoos on her face and shit. That's an ugly bitch. Motherfuckers just get excited because the bitch be talking about busting it open, but that bitch is a fucking train wreck. And I ain't talking about the Strand. You know what I mean? Shout out to Trainwreck. That bitch, how the fuck motherfuckers just like it because your booty hole brown and your pussy pink. That's the only thing they like about you. Cause your face, nah. You need to cover that shit. Go get you a Halloween mask and wear that shit 12 months a year. Oh, another thing, shout out to y'all, man. If y'all don't know, this Saturday, I'm hosting the Raiders 2023 season kickoff roundtable with some of your favorite content creators. It will be at 8. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just run the advertisement for y'all one time.
You're tuned into the Raiders.
Also, now my fucking StreamYard want a trip. You little bitch, play that shit.
Live Saturday, September 2nd, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. It's the Raiders 2023 Season Kickoff Roundtable Podcast. Hosted by Lunatik Raider. Featuring your favorite Raiders content creators on the Raiders Allegiance YouTube channel. Pull up and support the nation.
So yeah, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. Whatever content creators come up, I told them to go ahead and share it to their channel as well. But yeah, it's the season kickoff. Since there's no games this weekend, everything is done. We're just gearing up for the season kickoff. We're just gonna talk about the Raiders. what we expect, who we looking out for, what's the record prediction, all that good shit, man. So if y'all not doing nothing tomorrow night, man, pull on up. You know what I mean? Represent the nation to the fullest, man. It's the 2023 season kickoff roundtable tomorrow night. I mean, not tomorrow. Yeah, well, it's Friday now, huh? Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. So let's rock and roll, man. We got some good shit. Like I said, some of your favorite content creators, man, all got invites. That fuck with NWA, man. Come fuck with your boy Lunatik one time. And let's do this Raider shit, man. Let's get ready for the season, y'all. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Ooh, excuse me. Raiders content, what's the deal, man? Yeah, I see all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for the support and pulling up, man. Like I said, this is just my pop-up show. It just happens from time to time, never no rhyme, no reason, man. So if you're up, see, I'm a basic. See, me and Mike G8, and a lot of you, some of you other cats though, y'all work graveyard, so y'all know how our work schedule is. We up all night and sleep all day. That vampire living, you feel me? That vampire life. So I was like, I was up. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this show, and then I'm gonna still turn around and do What the Fuck Friday. At 7 this morning, y'all. So it's don't stop. I didn't do yesterday. I did not do Good Morning Raider Nation because I had to go get my sons because he don't have school Friday or Monday. So he had hit me up. He said, you gonna come get me on Thursday? I'm like, yeah, I'll come get you. So jumped the Uber, went down and got him when he got out of school, and shit, he's here with me until Monday. But yeah, I was tired, man. I was like, let me get some rest because I got to get up and go get him and come back here. So that's why there wasn't no show. I canceled the show yesterday, but hey, we back on track. Like I said, it'll be a What the Fuck at 7 o'clock Pacific this morning. We're going to get into it, talk some Raider shit. We can talk some Raider shit now if y'all want to. Matter of fact, I went in and yeah, I could do it tonight because a lot of people in here that usually be on the show during the weekdays. I'm gonna dive into some of this Josh McDaniels interview on Bussin' with the Boys. Some good key points that, you know, some of the stuff you really didn't know about until he spoke on it. But I mean, all in all, you pretty much can understand as far as him with what happened in Denver, and then also with Indianapolis when he was supposed to go there as a head coach, and you know what I mean, he gave some real good insight. So let's go ahead and let me turn this music down so y'all can get this. Since we talk a little bit of Raiders too, man. Like I said, everything goes on this show, bruh. You know what I mean? Everything goes. We talk about whatever the fuck we want to. All right, so let's dive into some of this, man. I like the fact that how he broke it down and let everybody know the situation. So let's do it.
What now being with the Raiders, what do you feel like you've learned since your first stint with Denver as a head coach and now getting another opportunity with Vegas?
You got to do it your own way. And I think when I left the first time, you know, there was such a I didn't have a lot of wisdom about how to do it other than what I had seen. And what I had seen was great, but you just can't go somewhere and just replicate that immediately. That's impossible. You know what I mean? And I was trying to do things that I had witnessed, but it just really, that doesn't necessarily fit, especially when you're 32, you know? So I made a lot of mistakes myself, and really the time that was really important for me was when I was done in Denver in 10, and then taking, you know, the number of years that I did to kind of go back through and say, okay, you know, this is how I handled that. This is what I would do now.
Yeah.
And just really kind of look at it and say, okay, I know what I have to do the next time if I ever get one, if I'm blessed to have a shot at it. And it's just got to be authentic, and it's got to be you. And I have a different personality than Bill and, you know, and Mike and everybody else. And so you just got to be yourself. And I've learned how to do that more. I'm much more at ease, just, you know, distributing things to the guys that are around me. I have a great support staff, and they handle all their stuff. The coaching staff does a great job. And I try to manage the team from the head coach position through my own spirit and, you know, how I interact with them every day. So I'm happy with what we're trying to do. I'm at peace with it, and I know it's authentic.
So I mean, and I tell people all the time. I said you have to fail in order to succeed. And everybody want to, look at Josh McDaniels like, oh, look what happened in Denver. He was supposed to go through that situation and fail. That's that, like he said, he's seen how being a head coach is supposed to be done, but nobody really sat down and broke it down to him and tell him the in and outs of being a head coach. So he thought he could just, it's kind of like you watching somebody do some shit and you be like, oh, I can do that. Then when you get out there, you figure out, like, I'm gonna give you a good example. Some years ago, there was this chick I was dating, and her brother played tennis. So she lived across the street from this park that had a tennis court, right? So you see tennis, like you figure you're just running back and forth, side to side, hitting the ball over the net. I'm thinking, watching motherfuckers play tennis, like, shit, I could do that shit. You know what I mean? Until I got my motherfucking ass out there with somebody that knows how to play tennis, bruh. That shit was not as easy as that motherfucker looked to be. I'm telling you, playing tennis, that's something you gotta fucking learn and you gotta grind that shit. Cause I got my ass out there on that motherfucking tennis court. And boy, I tell you, yeah, what I saw and what I learned, two different motherfucking things. I got toe up. I got toe up in tennis, bruh. For real. And this was back when I was like, how old was I? About 18, 19 then. So I was, what I mean, I'm athletic. I'm, what I mean, in shape, all that shit. Not what you think. You know what I mean? You can watch something all day long and think you can do it until you get your ass out there and try. And see, that was Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels, you know what I mean, watch Belichick and just watch them, and be like, oh, I know how to do it. But it's more than just organizing shit. It's all about being the head coach, leading men. See, a lot of people say, oh, he don't lead men. Yeah, maybe not in Denver. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, Denver has a part in that blame as well for the fact that the coordinators that McDaniels had was not his selection. I went because I was going to do a show one time when he became coach. I wanted to compare his coaching staff with Denver compared to the coaching staff he had here with the Raiders. And what I found when I was digging was, wait a minute, the coordinators that McDaniels had in Denver were all former coordinators under former Denver Bronco coaches. From Dan Reeves to Mike Shanahan. These guys were their former coordinators. So I'm like, somebody is not letting the coach come in and bring his own coaching staff. You know what I mean? And that don't seem right to me. It's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when somebody appoints you supervisor of a department at work and you got you're the overseer of that department. I should be able to tell front office, hey, look, these are the people I need in this department, and I guarantee you I get the job done. Go ahead, go get them. You know what I mean? But he had no choice in that selection. And don't forget that first year with Denver, he went 8-8. He went 8-8. Don't think for a brand new coach that ain't never coached a day in his life to come in and go 8-8. Now he didn't do too good the second year because that's when they fired him. What was it, after 10 games or something like that? You know what I mean? But yeah, you gotta allow somebody to make their mistakes. You gotta be able to bump your head to know to duck when you go through the doorway. Burn your hand on the stove to know that motherfucking stove is hot. That's just the way life goes. Same with these players. These players, you gotta let them. Rookies are gonna do that. And so McDaniels was a rookie head coach. And for people to think that he was going to hit the ground running and win a Super Bowl as a rookie head coach, come on, bro. Let's keep this motherfucker a buck. You know what I mean? Keep it a buck. The man had to fuck up to learn. That's with anybody. Life teaches you by fucking up. You just got to embrace your failures. Don't be scared to fail, because when you're scared to fail, you won't try. So he goes into Denver. He fucks up. You know what I mean? But he learns a valuable lesson. As you can see in that interview, it's like he had to not try to be somebody else at coach. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a motherfucker going into the NBA trying to be like Jordan. Nah, be like you. Don't be the next anything. Be the first. Be the first you. You know what I mean? And you got and sometimes it's through flattery. You know what I mean? What they say, imitation is a form of flattery, but you can't never you can try to imitate something, but you'll never duplicate it. So it's like you got to find what you're good at, who you are, and that's who you need to be is be you. Don't try to be somebody else because they were great. You try to be great as yourself in your own shoes. You know what I mean? Yes. Hey, Bill Belichick failed in Cleveland. Yes, he did. Just like was Seattle's coach. He failed Seattle coach. Didn't he fail? Who did before he went to Seattle and succeeded there? He fucking failed with, was it the Jets? I know Bill Belichick was supposed to be the head coach of the Jets, and he left them high and dry on the day of the motherfucking press conference. Oh, and speaking of that, because Josh McDaniels went through his thing with Indianapolis, right? So let's go ahead and check out what they were talking. That's why I said the Bussin' with the Boys. That was the best interview with Josh McDaniels because Josh McDaniels just put it all out there on the line, and there's a lot of shit I didn't know. You know what I mean? We're all speculating, thinking we know what kind of dude this is because of the actions we've seen, but we never know the motive behind those actions. You know what I mean? That's why I said sometimes we need to shut the fuck up, sit down, and do some research, learn the truth. Don't be force fed whatever people are feeding you, but motherfucker, don't give this to me and say it's chicken and come to find out there's other motherfucking growth hormones and you know what I mean, steroids and all that other shit in the chicken. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just chicken. Yeah, it's more than that shit. All right, let's get into the what was he talking about? Oh, here's another good thing. Having good mentors in your life is another good thing that's key. Like, for instance, let's go back to the players on the team. For one, rookies, they mess up. They make a lot of mistakes, but that's how they're learning, right? That's how they're going to learn. Also, let's talk about mentors. There's a reason why you bring a Marcus Peters onto the team because you got these young secondary out there that needs guidance and need a mentor, not just a head coach, but of their own. They're equal. You know what I mean? They're co-worker to teach you like, hey, this is how you got to do this. So having a mentor is another big key in you developing as who you are and doing well at what it is that you're expected to do. So let's talk about McDaniels and who his mentor was and how it
when you
helped
look
him.
back, who are some coaches or mentors or people like when you are looking back at situations like you can go this way, or guys that you just picked their brain and was kind of like there with you when you were trying to figure out the next step when that next opportunity would come?
Yeah, there was a lot of people that, you had an opportunity to kind of like, see as you were going. And I remember Tony Dungy spent a lot of time. I haven't talked to Tony in a while in that regard, but Tony spent a lot of time talking to me, when I was in St. Louis right after the Denver situation, just about, looking inside yourself and evaluate everything you did. You know what I mean? A to Z, you know what I mean? And try to figure out, like, is that really what you want to do the next time or not? And there's many other people that were great during that process, including Bill, because I asked Bill some things, and he understood the scenario. You got to be you and be yourself and do what you believe in, but do it your way.
So having the right people in your corner can also help you in your development. And that's facts because we see it on our team with the players. They got mentors up and down this roster. You got leaders. You know what I mean? That help these young guys if they got questions. We look at Aiden O'Connell. Look at the mentors that he have around him. Everybody don't like Brian Hoyer. Yeah, his days are over. You know what I mean? He's not a young man no more fighting for a starting job, but he has a purpose. That's a good mentor, especially in this system, because he had 3 different stints with the New England Patriots in that offense. So that's very good for the development of Aiden O'Connell, was having the right mentors around him. You got Garoppolo, that's a little younger than Brian Hoyer, but been in the system previous as well to help him, learn the ropes. So like I said, everybody has a part to play. You don't necessarily have to be the starting quarterback to help a team win a Super Bowl. Because your knowledge is some knowledge that you can spread to these young guys that help them in their development to be better than what they were before the knowledge. That helps a team win Super Bowls as well. Helping develop the team by being that guy there that anybody can come approach, ask questions, and you have answers. So Aiden O'Connell is in very good hands. I look forward to seeing the future with this young dude because of the mentorship he has around him. Not just Josh McDaniels, not just Ziegler, but you got Brian Hoyer with a wealth of knowledge. You have Garoppolo, who has led a team to the Super Bowl. Now, people was like, "Oh, he didn't do shit in the Super Bowl. It was the the Niners defense that that helped him." I'm like, "Oh, hold on, but y'all seem to forget when they went to the Super Bowl against against Kansas City, the defense lost that Super Bowl. You don't remember the defense giving up? So to be honest with you, Garoppolo had the Niners with the lead. But it was the defense that gave up 3 touchdowns in 6 minutes. How do you give up 3 touchdowns in 6 minutes for Kansas City to come back and win? The offense didn't give up 3 touchdowns. Garoppolo didn't give up 3 touchdowns. The defense did. The defense did. But Garoppolo helped them put those points on the board. You know what I mean? So you got to remember this guy, and in every, no matter if it's the Niners or the Raiders, every player on both of those teams that played with Garoppolo has nothing but kind words and admit to how much of a leader this dude is. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know a lot of people either side with Carr or don't. Garoppolo's not as good as Carr. That was never the question. It's not if Garoppolo is better than Carr. The question is, who's better in this system? Garoppolo, hands down. Way better for this system. This system does not require you to be mobile. You don't have to be a Michael Vick, a Lamar Jackson in this offense, because this offense specifically wants you to get rid of the ball that fast. Not hold on to it. See what Carr did last year? He held the ball the longest out of all quarterbacks in the NFL last year, around 4-point-something seconds. That's too long. This offense is predicated to make the reads and bam, get rid of that ball within 3 seconds. Now I know, and Honcho, a shout out to Honcho Carpenter because he said it well. He said not the 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, but the 1, 2, 3, get rid of the ball. That's how you neutralize, and that's what all teams do when you go up against a team with good defense that has solid defensive end and pass rushing. The one thing that they do to adjust to that, get rid of the ball fast before that pass rush can get to you. You know what I mean? So Garoppolo is a better fit for this offense. Believe that, because when he came out of college, New England specifically drafted him for this system. Carr was never drafted for this system. Carr was drafted for a system that he's playing in now in New England. That's why Carr's going to – I expect Carr to be successful in New England because that system is the system and the head coach when he was a rookie, Dennis Allen. John Gruden's there. Hey, come on now. He's going to be all right in New England. I mean, in New Orleans. But he just didn't fit what this team wanted. The 2 things Carr lacked is the 2 things Garoppolo brings. 1, he doesn't hold on to the ball that long. He gets rid of the ball within the system. Carr held on too long. Kind of like he was doubting the decision he was making. You know what I mean? 2, red zone efficiency. Last year, this offense without Garoppolo in the red zone, we were only 47.3% effective in the red zone. We had 48 trips to the red zone and only scored 23 touchdowns. How in the fuck do you get in the red zone 48 times last year and only get 23 touchdowns? That's why we're under 500 is what we were scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Now we go look at Garoppolo. Garoppolo is one of the most highest rating efficient passers in the red zone. Go look it up. Scoring in the red zone. Garoppolo is he's above 500, way above 500. So these are two things that we had to fix because even with and like I just told you, 48 trips to the red zone, only 23 touchdowns. Now just imagine that team that had that stat also was the same team that averaged 23.3 points a game. How many points could we have averaged the game if we were more efficient in the red zone? That's the question to be asked. The team that led the league in scoring last year was the Kansas City Chiefs at 29 points a game. So, in fact, we were less than 6 points behind Kansas City in an offense that was ineffective in the red zone. What happens when we become effective? Is it what, 35 points a game? You know what I mean? Do we jump from 23 to 35? I'm just saying, at least 30, another touchdown. And if we would have scored a one more touchdown average, if we were averaging 30 points a game last year, check this stat out. 30 points a game last year would have got you 12 wins. Don't forget, 6 of the losses that we had were less than a touchdown. Less, not a touchdown, less than a touchdown. 6 points or less. So one more touchdown per game in those 6 games we lost. Now, New Orleans was a whole thunderfuck situation where we got blown the fuck out. I don't know what happened, but that's one of those anomalies that's like, bruh, nothing worked. Offense didn't work. Defense didn't work. You know what I mean? It's one of them. I can't point no fingers because when both things go wrong, it's a lot of fingers to be pointed. You know what I mean? But all in all, the 6 games that we did lose by less than a touchdown, one more touchdown in each one of those games, we would have won those games. We already had 6 wins. That would have been an additional 6. 12 wins easy. See, that's what I'm saying. Points that we left on the field hampered us from winning games. But, we want to get into some more because there's some more interesting ass shit that McDaniels said, which I said the same shit. Here is another this is McDaniels talking about what happened with the Indianapolis job when they named him coach, and he, you know what I mean, at the last minute turned it down. But you can only make decisions for you. If you feel like something's right, then go with your heart. If you feel like something wrong, go with your instinct. It's the same thing. So let's check that out.
What happened with the Colts? You're about to go to the Colts. The rumor is, which obviously people know of the rumors of like, oh, he went back to New England because he's just going to be the coach in waiting when Bill leaves and all that. Like, I feel like everybody knows that's not.
I feel like that's a 2-part question though. Like, what happened with the Colts, and were you the coach in waiting?
No, the second part, no. That was never part of any conversation that I was a part of. It just, that process, as we all know, is a little bit different. When you're done with a season, and then you go into that interview process and it's so quick, especially when you're still playing. And you don't get as much time to really devote to that whole thing as you really want, And so I interviewed with a few teams that year while we were in the playoffs. I think it was during our bye. I think we had the bye. And, you're trying to balance that with, getting ready to play a really your most important game of your season. And ultimately try to compete for a championship. And so, I just felt like as I kind of closed the loop there, we went to Minneapolis for the Super Bowl, was still kind of going through that process in my own mind. It just, at the end of the day, didn't feel like it was the right decision, and I know the timing was awkward, awful, I didn't want to do that to anybody either. That was something that I regret in that regard, but I didn't feel like just because the timing was bad, I should go ahead and make a bad decision that I thought wasn't good for me or them. You know what I mean? Right. And so, unfortunately it played out the way it did. I think we're probably fortunate. Like Frank went there and did a great job, obviously. And, I stayed where I was and tried to continue growing and overcome that as best I can.
And there it is. That's what happened with Indianapolis. It was during the run for New England for the Super Bowl. So there's a lot of, you game planning for the Super Bowl, but at the same time, I got to go do this interview. And then he just felt like it wasn't right. You can't knock that, man. There's a lot of times that, You know what I mean? Whether it's going into a restaurant and you'd be like, yeah, let me get the filet mignon. Matter of fact, you know what? No, let me get the lobster and the shrimp. You know what I mean? You change your mind. We're humans. You know what I mean? We're not steadfast in the moment with one fucking choice when you're in a life that provides you with multiple choices. You know what I mean? There's multiple choices to be made. McDaniels that was one of his choices, was to be a head coach, but then the other choice was him not becoming that head coach and changing his mind. Like, you know what? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. The time ain't right. I'm focusing on the Super Bowl. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? You got me over here interviewing, and I thought I was, but he knows when he's ready. And I think that's a lesson that he learned from Denver, because I think he knows with Denver, he wasn't ready. He said that. I was only 32 years old. I thought by watching Belichick, I knew how to go and become a head coach. I didn't. I have to be who I am, be true to me. And that's the same thing that the mentors was telling them. Tony Dungy, one of the best coaches that ever put together one of the best defenses that ever played in the NFL in Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? Then goes to Indianapolis, wins a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning in him. So he's been down that line. So to have that as a mentor in your life as a head coach, or in this inspiring head coach, coming from a situation in Denver where you failed, which that's what you were supposed to fail. If it's correct, you went into that situation exactly like you said you were young. You thought you knew, but you didn't. Come on now. That's failure. But you can't be scared to fail. That's the one thing. You must embrace failure. I tell my son that just when you fail, don't be fearful of failure, because people who are scared to fail, they will never try again after they fail that situation. I don't want to go through failure no more. I'm not even going to try no more. But then you got other people that refuse to lose. Like, I refuse to be conquered by this. This is not it for me. I'm going to learn from this, and I'm going to go to the next situation, and I'm going to knock that motherfucker out the park. I know that's how I am. When I lose something, I remember as a kid, I used to get frustrated and lose Monopoly, playing against my parents and shit, and want to throw all the shit off the board, and you know what I mean? And quit. But then you start getting obsessed with success, and it's like when you get a taste of success, it's intoxicating. You want more. So being an offensive coordinator in a New England system that provided 6 Super Bowls, you're obsessed. I want more. And I'm glad he has that kind of fucking addiction coming to the Raiders. He's addicted to fucking success. He be damn. He is not going to quit. Hell and high water. He will not quit until he is. And Ziegler too. I can tell. We're going to get this shit right. And like I heard in the other interview where he talked about that he had, and I told y'all, year one, you can't grade him on year one. Not when he's implementing his system. Not when he has to analyze the players that's already there that he didn't pick, he didn't draft, he didn't sign in free agency. And then you go into free agency in the draft with only limited time because you were named head coach the end of January. So if you're named the head coach the last day of January and you got free agency 2 months away, we see that this regime, you give them a whole year, and this is the way they get down. They say it takes them a whole year to go out there and scour the earth, you know what I mean, college players and potential free agents, to go ahead and develop your board as far as who we're drafting and who do we want to go after in free agency. They only had a fucking, 2 months to 3 months between free agency and the draft last year? No wonder Matthew Butler is gone. No wonder you traded Neil Farrell Jr. The guys that you thought were able to come here and do some shit, you found out they weren't. And then everybody on Zamir White. What round was he drafted in? What did you expect from a mid-round running back? Now, you get some success stories, but not all the time. You know what I mean? You're trying to make the best out of the situation, and you cannot grade a running back on just 1 year, especially when you're not the head man in charge in the running back department. What did you expect? You only can get better with the amount of reps you get with that team. How many reps did Zamir get compared to what Josh Jacobs get? Josh Jacobs is that dude. Of course you're gonna be the second man. The only thing you can hope for with Zamir White is to develop, and everybody doesn't develop at the same pace. Stop living in this fantasy world where you expect a motherfucker to day one be that dude when that might not be his characteristics and his DNA. It might take him 2 years. It might take him 3. But long as he shows an improvement along the way, let him develop into that. I told y'all the Kobe Bryant story. Kobe Bryant wasn't shit his first 3 years in the NBA. Facts. Go look it up. Go tell me how many points Kobe was averaging per game his first 3 years. And then you see what he developed into. Everybody does not have that same grading curve. Everybody's not the same. Stop thinking that, oh, well, this guy did it. That's that guy. He's an individual. You know what I mean? That's why I be tripping off of motherfuckers so anxious, old premature ejaculating ass motherfuckers. That's why you can't keep no bitch, because you keep coming too quick. She tired of that shit, man. Give me the dick longer than 3 minutes. I can't, babe. God damn it. Ben up in this bitch. Oh, we late. We on the late night tonight. Hey, Ben, you doing the Black Saturday at 6:30? See, that's why I try to find a spot where you can still do your show, and it's before my. It's trying to fall between everybody, because everybody was telling me that they couldn't do the round table till after 6, after 7. So I was like, let me try to find a sweet spot. It's not gonna be like an all night show type shit. You know what I mean? But if you can pull up, attach your YouTube so it'll show on there too. You know what I mean? I just want, since we're a week before the season, I just want to do a big event, because you remember the last round table we had was during the Hall of Fame game last year. You know what I mean? So I want to put something together for all of us to partake in, and really, get into this football shit. Because hey, I think we in for a special season, bruh. I believe that shit. I truly do. It's too much shit going right for it to go wrong. Didn't nothing go right last year, if you think about that shit. Shit, Biashi got released. They didn't bring him back. Core got a new contract, but that contract had a fucking back door in it. Hey, whenever somebody give you a new contract and you got a back door in it, that's on you to show and prove you deserve that contract. You know what I mean? Can't blame nobody else, because they had the kind of contract in place where if you did succeed, they didn't have to do nothing with the contract. You're a go. But if you didn't succeed, we can get out of this motherfucker and not give him 40 million guaranteed by, you know what I mean, backdooring his ass. But you signed the contract with you knowing they had that in the contract. Same with Garoppolo. We got a contract where we can get out of that shit if that shit go bad. Hey, shout out to Ziggler and whoever and all the guys doing the contracts, bro. Y'all making it a win-win situation where the player wins. If he performs, he got a good ass deal. If he don't perform, the team is protected. We can move on and find somebody who can. Brilliant. It's kind of like if you had a girlfriend and she allows you to have a side chick. She knows about the side chick. You can have her, but if I can prove to you that I'm all you need, you got to get rid of that bitch. And then you'd be like, okay, bet. But if you don't prove that I'm all I need, I'm gonna get rid of your ass and go with the side chick. You know what I mean? Hey, that'd be a wonderful situation if your girl sign off letting you have a side chick in like the first year, like a trial run. Like if I can't prove to you I'm that woman for you, you can go with her. But if I do prove I'm that bitch, you get rid of that bitch. You know what I mean? On some real shit. Hey, right on, Clark, man. I appreciate the kind words, my brother. Like I said, I just every now and then I do this shit. Like ain't no rhyme, no reason, no subject. We just touch on whatever we touch on. You know what I mean? Maybe a couple of breasts or Donald Trump grabbing the cooch. No, let me quit. Hey, salute to all y'all, man. You know what I mean? We doing this shit. We got what the fuck Friday is still at 7 a.m. Pacific, y'all. What time is it now? Like I said, there I'm up. I took my little nap and shit. We going on 4. So 3 hours. In about 3 hours, we got the what the fuck podcast. We really get in. We do football on that shit, but there's a lot of hating out there that they think the Raiders record is gonna be fucking booty hole shit. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers, but I be screenshotting and saving all this shit because I'm gonna tell you, when we prove these bitch ass motherfuckers wrong, oh no, keep that same feminine ass energy you've been having, that old menstruating ass shit. Motherfucker, period ass motherfuckers up there. Oh, the Raiders only going trying to say we're gonna be. Well, some say we're gonna equal the win amount from the year before, 6. Like we didn't get better. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Milka Beasy. That's been my prediction. I said the Raiders win total. They said, ask me what I think the win's gonna be, and to be realistic. See, and this is my mid-range. I'm not saying our peak. I gotta be realistic as far as what we can win. I said about 9 or 10. Now, if they push it over 9 or 10, that's because this team is a whole lot better than what the mid-range is saying. If they're below 9 or 10, then they have not improved at all. You know what I mean? But I said about 9 or 10 is what my expectation is. If you take it above that, then you're a whole lot better than what's expected. And handle that shit. Ride that motherfucker to the finish line. Don't let nobody tell you you're lesser than anything out there and they ain't got shit to gauge you by. Come on, man. Last year's team is nowhere near with this. Look at our offense, y'all. Let's do this shit. Let's keep this shit a buck. Let's look at this motherfucking offense. You got Garoppolo at quarterback, right? No, let's not even start there. Let's start in the trenches. Let's go with the offensive line. You got an offensive line that majority of this line, and I'm talking about 4 out of 5 starters, was in this offense last year, right? So you got that. Let's mark that off the box. That's one check mark. They're familiar with the system. They got a year under their belt, so they're more comfortable. Is more reactionary rather than have to sit there and think about what to do. They just react. That's a beautiful thing. That's why I think Josh Jacobs is going to have a beautiful year, better than last year, even though he might not hit the yards. But look at the all around yards. That's what I'm gonna tell you he's gonna be better at this year. But we'll get to Josh Jacobs in a minute. Look at the offensive line. Same guys together. So these guys are familiar with each other. They know tendencies. They know who needs help, where they need help at. The one thing that they did, and it surprised me because I thought they was going to stick with Alec Bars at right guard, they moved on from him. And I did not like Alec Bars because Alec Bars last year gave up 5 fucking sacks. You gave up 5 sacks, bruh. As a veteran. That's nah. We can't have that, bruh. 5 sacks? No. Nigga, do I got string? Oh man, I'm thinking my motherfucking string for my fucking t-shirt. I'm thinking my fucking camera had a glitch. Man, that's a fucking red string. All right, so but yeah, the offensive line familiarity with each other is there. You upgrade at right guard, whether it's Rodden or whoever you feel like is better than Bars at right guard, which nigga, you could put Trey Tucker at guard and he'll be better than Bars. You know you know what I mean? But yeah, bro, it's an upgrade at right guard. And Illuminor, there's nothing bad with Illuminor. Well, I can't say nothing. There is something bad with Illuminor, but it's very fixable. The false starts, bro. Out of 10 penalties last year, 6 of those were false starts. There should have never been 6 false starts coming from the right tackle who was in the huddle when they told you to snap count. You know what I mean? You should have remembered that shit. Remember that shit. But when they moved you to left tackle this year, because Colton was out in the preseason, you did a miraculous job, bro. Hey, I salute you. Like I said, you can protect the quarterback. You're good at that. But the shit that we're concerned with is the shit that you're self-inflicting. False starts, giving us penalties, sitting us. We might be second and 3. You get a false start. Now we're 2nd and 8. You know what I mean? See, that's the thing that I'm saying as far as that needs to be corrected. But I'm sure he knows that. It ain't like I'm somebody to be able to, hey, you need to fix. I'm not your coach, but I do understand what we need to do to fix this fucking team to be better. We need to limit the penalties, especially penalties that's like the holding call, the couple of holding calls you had. Like I said, if you get beat off the edge, I don't mind you holding a motherfucker to keep your quarterback from getting beelined and put out the game. You know what I mean? Because he's not paying attention to that. He's paying attention to his target downfield. And if he drives back 3 steps and he's getting ready to throw and you get beat and this motherfucker beelines off the edge and shoulder right to that motherfucker's side or back and puts him out for games at a time, we are in a fucked up situation. So to prevent that, bruh, if you got to hold his ass, you hold his motherfucking ass. So that's the one thing I'm saying with him. But that offensive line should be better. Now let's go to Garoppolo. I know Garoppolo is a better fit in the Josh McDaniels offense. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like everything I pointed out to you, Garoppolo was specifically drafted for this system. When you go into a draft and you have a system in place, you don't just grab anybody and hope they fit your system. You grab people that you feel like will fit your system. Garoppolo was one of those dudes to be drafted in the 2nd round for New England to fit this system. Like I said, Carr, he was never drafted for this system. Period. You know what I mean? And some people are, well, no matter what quarterback you have, you got to make them fit. Really? So do you think a Peyton Manning type quarterback would fit in what Baltimore's doing with Lamar Jackson? No. Because that motherfucker ain't running no options and keeping the ball and running shit because that's not what he's suited for. Aiden O'Connell was specifically drafted for this system. Don't be surprised because he looks good in it. That's what they drafted him for, to fit what we do. You know, the knock on him was, oh, he's not mobile. This offense doesn't require you to be mobile. It requires you to get rid of that ball. You know what I mean? And be in the pocket. And that's exactly what Aiden O'Connell was doing in college. And being accurate. Let's throw the accuracy in there to be accurate with your passes. That's everything Aiden O'Connell did in college is exactly what this offense needs at quarterback. So that's why he looks good in it. Because it's for him. You know what I mean? So at quarterback, I think we're better. We're more efficient in the red zone with them. I think we got a quarterback that this offense, hey, I don't care if you're a game manager. If you don't turn over the ball, that's the best thing for this offense because look at all the weapons we got, and we're about to get into it now. So after the quarterback, you got Devontae Adams. Nobody can stop him. The best receiver in all of football, all in the XFL, USFL, and flag, and Madden. The best receiver out there is who you get to throw to. The kind of receiver where if it's just a 5-yard pass, he's taking another 15, 20 with the wiggle he got and making motherfuckers miss. And that still goes on the quarterback stat sheet as yards thrown. I might throw a 5-yard pass, but if he takes it 20, hey, shit. You know what I mean? We eating. Then you look at our number 2 wide receiver that we didn't have nobody like Jacoby Myers at number 2. You had Mac Hollins. Jacoby Myers is better than Mac Hollins. Jacoby Myers had over 800 yards last year for New England. And the guy does not drop balls. Pause. He does not drop balls. He once he is in his hand, is not going nowhere, bro. And I like that. You know what I mean? Then we got a healthy Hunter Renfrow. Can't nobody stick this dude coming off the line of scrimmage. like I said, he's the white Allen Iverson of football. He's breaking ankles off top. And last year he struggled. He had a couple of injuries, concussion, and he was not happy. And I think the frustration of learning a new system that's complex like ours is, and I know I'll be the same way. When I learn something new that's complex, I know my time frame is usually, if I can do it for 2 weeks, I'll catch it, and then is nothing. I'll master it after that. But I know my frustration point is the first 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But he came into a new system that was implemented last year. He didn't, I mean, not that he didn't like it, he didn't have fun, he said. But this year he said he's having fun. And they said they see a whole difference in him. But that's just the growing pains of learning what you're supposed to and expected to do, and then you finally get it. Now it ain't shit. Hey, Hunter Renfrow gonna have a big year, y'all. And even if it's just in moving it, third and Renfrow, y'all gonna see that shit again. Third and Renfrow. Because that guy, man, I'm telling you, he shakes the shit out of a defender. I don't see no defender that can fuck with him trying to go man on him. It's a wrap, bruh. So that's another weapon. So that's 3 wide receivers we just mentioned as weapons. Now let's go on to the tight end. You drafted Michael Mayer to specifically fit this offense. Let's go. Let's go. The same way Gronkowski with New England was drafted for that offense. Yes, Mayer was done the same way. I think his development, his ceiling is high, bro. I think he has a high ceiling. I think he will develop into something that this team could really utilize, especially in the red zone. I'm liking dude. So that's another weapon. All right, we're not done. Wait, there's more. Now you bring back the league leading rusher in Josh Jacobs. And this is what Josh Jacobs said. He said this is the first time in his career that he went into the all season fully healthy. He said he did not have to go into the all season and do rehab. He said he felt great. He's ready to go. He's not banged. He wasn't banged up. He said after last season, he wasn't banged up or nothing. He was, bruh. He said that's the first time. But you remember, he changed his diet up. He dropped some weight. He got a nutritionist, getting them on the right foods to eat, right workout, and it showed last year. Now, what do you think is going to happen with Josh Jacobs? He didn't go through preseason. See, a lot of people look at the negative part of holding out. Let's look at the positive. His body ain't went through none of the rigors. Now, people saying, well, he need to get out there and shake all. Yeah, he needs to get in football shape, but he has 2 weeks to do that. 2 weeks. He's not banged up. He has no injuries from preseason or practice that he has to try to recover from. He's fully healthy. And not just that, he's running behind a better offensive line. Better because of experience in the system. They know exactly what to do, and he knows what to expect from them because they all played together last season when he got over 1,600 yards rushing. Let's go. Let's go. Let me bust this shit down to the very last compound. See how it sounds? A little irrational. A lot of MCs like to use the word dramatical. Let's go. KRS-One, shout out to you, man. Old school. But, bruh. And we're not done. You think that was it? Oh, no. Let me go into the depth part of the offense, which we lacked depth last year at a lot of different positions, skill positions, as well as whatever. We didn't even mention the fullback, Jakob Johnson, who you could use in the pass game. A hell of a blocker for Josh Jacobs. These two are back. Batman and Robin about to put it down in the backfield. And I think that maybe Josh Jacobs doesn't get as many rush yards because I can see it by committee. But with that being said, they might take away touches in the rushing game, but give him more touches in the passing game. Because with all that talent at wide receiver that the defense got to pay attention to, he can easily slide out the backfield and become another receiver. It's gonna a lot of shit gonna open up for Josh Jacobs in the passing game with these motherfucking Adams, Renfro, Mayer, Jacoby Myers, with them out there. Who do you double? I know the number one double is gonna be Adams. Then what? You're gonna go man to man with Jacoby Myers and Renfro, and then you might have Mayers come out the backfield on a chip and then go hit the sideline and be open for a first down and might run it up the sideline for more. Or everybody, you try to get everybody to drop back and cover all these receivers, and then you got Josh Jacobs sneaking out the backfield with no coverage on him. Or better yet, let's check this scenario. A defense wants to stack the box against Josh Jacobs because you think, well, if we can stop him, we can stop their offense. But now you're left man to man with Adams, Myers, and Renfro. Choose your poison. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Whatever you decide to try to take away from this offense, we will hit you with what's left. You take away my left hand, I'm knocking you the fuck out with the right. That's just how it goes. You want to take away my right, I'm fucking you up with a left uppercut. So, hey, choose your poison and choose it wisely. Choose it wisely. Death by knife or death by gun. And that's not to mention Trey Tucker and DeAndre Carter. We got Trey Tucker, speed. He's going to take the top off these defense. He's going to force safeties to not have to come up in the box like bruh, stay out the box. But what about Josh Jacobs? Bruh, they got Trey Tucker out there, bruh. This motherfucker is fast as shit. If you can't guard him, a deep ball to this, and don't think Garoppolo can't go deep, y'all. Don't believe that bullshit. Don't believe that bullshit. Y'all and y'all only spewing shit you hearing other motherfuckers say. Oh, he can't throw the deep ball. Why? You don't think he can throw the deep ball? I seen him do it. But you think just that 1, 2, 3 times he did it, it was just what, an accident? Oh, he accidentally threw it 50, 60 yards. Like I said, you don't even have to really just the fact that you got a threat that's going deep is going to cause defense. The defense ain't going to assume, oh, he can't throw it to him. Oh, so you going to let the receiver pass you up because you think Garoppolo can't get it to him. You're willing to take that risk? You're willing your coach to pull your bitch ass out the game and bench you because you fucking got burnt because you thought Garoppolo couldn't make it by throwing the ball that deep to Trey Tucker. Hey, fucking handle that shit. Test that theory. Adam Hurley, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning. Yeah, Josh Jacobs, bro. He serves his purpose with this team, bro. This offense is loaded, bro. Loaded. Like when I say loaded, like you got our depth is the kind of depth that adds something different than what's already starting out there. It's like for instance, I said Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfro, and Jacoby Myers. And ain't none of them can do what Trey Tucker does. You see what I'm getting to? Like there's more to add to that. Like we got somebody that does this that they can't do. Now it's like, fuck, they got every player they need to do whatever kind of fucking play they want to run. Whatever play they want to run, they got the personnel to go ahead and do it. That's a scary offense, bro. I'm telling y'all now. That Raider offense is scary. Like that chick you hit and she ain't had no period in 2 months. That's that kind of scary. But it's just a wait and see. Wait and see, bro. I'm waiting. I can't wait till next weekend. And then and we ain't even talked about the defense. Are you fucking serious? The defense? You don't think this defense is better? Even Josh Jacobs said, man, what do you notice about this team? He said, man, there's a lot of it's faster. It's a lot of speed. That's that old Al Davis mentality. Hey, you keep saying the New England way. Fuck that shit. They stuck with the Raiders shit with the speed, bruh. We got speedsters, Jacorian Bennett, Trey Tucker. Come on, bro. They went out there and got some fast dudes. And then all your draft picks made the roster. See, that's what happens when you get a whole year to go analyze the college game, free agents on these teams getting ready to hit the free agent market. You can really develop you a board and get players that fit what you're trying to do. You're not rushed to do it. Like the first year, like year one. You were rushed. You only had 2 months to do draft in free agency. This year, you had a whole year. And it showed in your draft picks. From Bernie to Silvera, Jacorian Bennett, Chris Smith, Byron Young, Tyree Wilson. I know we ain't seen a lot of Tyree, but hey, you will. You will. That big old joker right there. Hey, that dude, you remember when they showed when he got in there for a little bit against Dallas and he pushed that right tackle all the way back into the quarterback? Don't think that was a small ass right tackle. That motherfucker's 6'8", 309 pounds. And our defensive end just made him look like he was a $120, 5'6". Had his ass all in the pocket. Oh, he's going to develop. He got too many good mentors around him in Chandler Jones and fucking Max Crosby. He got too many developers to be around him to help him grow. And he's going to be a monster to deal with because you defensive end and defensive tackle, you go to that NASCAR shit and you throw his ass up in there, bruh, and you got Chandler Jones and you got Crosby and you go ahead and put like a Byron Young or Jay Severa or whoever. Bruh, I can't wait to see all this shit to play together. I can't wait. Can't wait. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Like I said, this is just the pop-up. It just pops up whenever it wants to. Pop that coochie, pop that coochie, baby. You know what I mean? We got 10 people in here. Like I said, this shit ain't promoted. This show right here is not scheduled. It just happens. Every blue moon, it happens. And so it just so happened this morning. But we do have a 7 o'clock show this morning as well in a few hours. It is What the Fuck Friday. We're going to talk some more shit, more football. It's all basically Raider. All my morning shows are all Raider talk. This show is whatever we want to talk about. So let's talk about what's your favorite gin. I'm off that Bombay Sapphire right now. You see how clear that cup is. You know what I mean? Like a UA. That's how my UA look right now. You drinking piss like Rafa? Piss. I'm drinking piss right now. But it's clear, so it's okay to drink. Yes, indeed. No, it's good. Like I said, even if nobody was here, I'm just gonna talk. The shit will still be on the channel where you can go replay it. Like I said, I done got my little nappy and I slept. I'm up now. So I'm about to knock this show, and after this show is the What the Fuck show, and you know what it is? Yes, sir. Yes. But yeah, I'm excited for these Raiders, bro. Oh, and I love the fact that they're being slept on because if motherfuckers are sleeping on them, that means these teams are sleeping too. They think, hey, let these motherfuckers think it's gonna be an easy win. I can kick back with the mic like this. Hey, let these motherfuckers think it's gonna be an easy win. We gonna see it, but we gonna test that theory too. Are the Raiders really that trash where they're not gonna win at least 6 games? Fuck that. We gonna win more than 6. We win in double digit game. We gonna at least 10. Fuck that. I'm out there on the limb, nigga. And that limb ain't gonna break. At least 10. You bet you. Yes, sir. Once again, y'all, do not forget about tomorrow night's roundtable featuring some of your favorite Raiders content creators from NWA. We are going to discuss Raiders, or what do we expect out the season, give our opinion on exactly how many wins we will have, who's who possibly could Max Crosby be defensive player of the year? Can Josh Jacobs lead the league in rushing again? You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about everything tomorrow. So once again, for y'all that don't know, here's the information you need to know about tomorrow.
Live Saturday, September 2nd, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. It's the Raiders 2023 season kickoff roundtable podcast. Hosted by Lunatik Raider, featuring your favorite Raiders content creators on the Raiders Allegiance YouTube channel. Pull up and support the nation.
So that's right, y'all. Pull up tomorrow night, man. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. Also, it'll be on whoever pulls up, content creators within the NWA. It's gonna be on their channels too. You know what I mean? We're gonna make a big event, bro, because it's a big season for us to go ahead and see, with all the new additions, the changes to this roster. Are we that much more improved? And if so, do we have the type of talent to carry us to the playoffs? And once we get into the playoff door, that's all I ask for. Just get us there. Get us there, and then we'll see what happens after that. Everybody's fair game. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed, man. But hey, yeah. I'm waiting for this season, bro. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Denver's the first victim on the motherfucking on the motherfucking list. we got Denver first, bro. Oh yeah, we gonna beat the donkey shit out of them. We gonna beat the donkey shit out the donkeys. They ain't ready. They was never ready, and they never will be. Yeah, they got a new coach, but just like what I said about us, year one, you can't bank on year one. What you think Sean Payton gonna do going into the Denver? You think what they gonna hit the ground running? No, he has to go through the personnel and analyze who fits and who doesn't. And then he has to implement his system into Denver. They're not going to have that system day one. And they don't have all the personnel there for what they're trying to do. They already was letting motherfuckers go after the cuts. Like, okay, now I'm starting to see they feel like they not ready either. Well, shit. That's what happens in year one. Now, year two, we'll see exactly what you are. But by your year two is going to be our year three. This team will be better next year after another draft and free agency and trimming the fat off the roster and getting down to what we need to be successful. And not just for 1 year, being successful over time. We're not like what the Rams did. They went out and gave up draft picks to buy a Super Bowl. But now what? Now what? After they won that Super Bowl, what? They let people go. They're trying to cut salary now. Yeah, that's what happens. But we're not trying to be that team. We're trying to be that team where every year we are contenders for the not for the playoffs, contenders for the Super Bowl year in and year out. That's what you do when you build your team through the draft. Not go spend all your draft picks on old ass veterans. You know, some people say, oh, we need somebody with a big name. A big name don't mean shit. You go get a big name in free agency, what that mean? Does he fit what you're trying to do? Where's Shelly at? Wasn't Shelly like a semi-big name in free agency to add to our motherfucking secondary? Where he at? Oh, he ain't here. Oh, okay. Remember Littleton from the Rams? How'd that turn out? He was a big name for that team. We still paying him. And he ain't even playing for us. You feel me? So it's like you don't need a big name motherfucker to come in here. And that's what a lot of people are looking forward to in free agency. Like, the only motherfuckers they was naming, and this is crazy because you only naming people by their name and not do they fit our defense? Do you know exactly what we're trying to do on defense, and do they fit that? Fuck what his name is. Motherfuckers always worried about the motherfucking name. Fuck the name. I'll give you a good example. You remember for those my Raider fans out there, you remember Nnamdi Asomugha? Remember how dominant lockdown he was in man-to-man coverage? What happened when he went to Philadelphia in the zone defense? Trash. But Philadelphia thought the big name, oh, he was locked down in man. Let's bring him over here and put him in zone. And he didn't do shit in zone. That's not what he was good at. So that's why I mean the big name don't mean shit. What matters is do they fit what you're trying to do? And it happens all the time. They thought Asomugha was gonna come to. I'm like, as a free agent, that motherfucker went over there to Philadelphia, and I thought, hey, Asomugha about to get over there and get his, but they didn't go man to man. They was playing straight zone in Philly. Was that when they had Chip Kelly? I think Chip Kelly is when they had that doing that fast ass offense, wearing the defense down because the possessions that the offense has was so short that defense was out there, man. They was playing majority of the game, bro. That offense don't work in the NFL, man. It worked in college because college didn't have a set number for the roster. It wasn't like the NFL where only 53. College was like you had 100 motherfuckers, 100 and something of motherfuckers on the sideline. So motherfuckers didn't get worn out. It was like, oh, that defensive tackle tired, throw that one in. That corner tired, throw that one in. When Chip Kelly was at Oregon, shit, you had all the recruits on your sideline. You had depth to go out there and be fresh. Now in the NFL, bro, you only can dress down 46 for an active game. So what you think that defense was getting exhausted? But yeah, man, it's not about the name on the jersey, man. It's about production. It's about production, for real. Can they get in your offense or defense and produce? That's all that should matter. Yes, sir. You see what Mike G said? Hey, clap them cheeks. Cheeks, y'all need to go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you're new here. Subscribe to the channel. This is just my pop-up show. It's not scheduled. We just talk about whatever we want to talk about, whether football, life, women, dudes, whatever. I don't know. It might be some ladies in here. You never know. You feel me? Aunt Six up in the building. Yeah, man, we just in here hanging, bro. Like I said, I'm up. We still got the What the Fuck Friday jumping off at 7 a.m. Pacific. Y'all make sure y'all there for real. 631 ENT. Hey, thank you for pulling up. Yeah, man, we just talking Raiders shit right now. You know what I mean? We 18 deep early in the AM. Glad y'all here. If y'all missed most of the show, you guys can watch the repeat later. And we will be live again at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. It is What the Fuck Friday, man. We're going to talk about whatever it is we want to talk about. Yada-da. Let me fix my motherfucking screen, dog. Bam. He said Bam-ola. Bam-ola. On my mic. Yeah. So yeah, welcome one, welcome all, man. Thank y'all for coming. It's the Mind of Lunatic After Hours pop-up show, man. I'm glad y'all here. But yeah, man, hey, we got a lot to look forward to, man. I'm chomping at the bit. I can't wait till next week, man. Especially facing these old bitch-ass donkeys. Oh, yeah, they gonna get it, boy. Raw with no Vaseline. He said Ben got fake extensions. No, say it's not so. I tell you, if Ben pop up with braids, bro, I'm dead. I'm dead. This motherfucker coming in looking like Bone Thugs in Harmony. Ben. Oh man, I'm glad y'all pulled up, man. Y'all just hanging out, man, for real, for real. Yeah, I'm about to. I'm off this. Like I said, I'm off that Bombay Sapphire, bruh, and 7-Up. Knock this shit down. I was gonna do some Jack and Coke. I got some Hennessy in there too, though, but I didn't feel like no fucking dark winged duck. I wasn't ready for the dark winged duck tonight. Cheers to the nation, the only nation. You feel me? We off that shit. We off that shit, y'all, for real, for real. So I think there was still. I think they said we. Oh, what's the name of the dude? The ex-pitcher, wide receiver Ross. We let him go. Let me see. I didn't get the whole 17-man practice squad, but I know we got like 3 wide receivers on that bitch, bro. Unless Ross was one of those 3. They let him. I heard they let him go. We got some big sized wide receivers. Yeah, bro. They went out. I think they got a couple of steals in that on the practice squad, man. I truly believe that. They got some dudes like, oh, they got who? Hold on, check it on some shit right now. Let me see. Anything? I don't see anything new. Let's go Raiders for real, for real. Let me see something real quick, man. About that. Las Vegas Raiders 17-man practice squad roster. Raiders add 4 to practice squad, make 1 release. Las Vegas Raiders roster transact on Thursday included 4 practice squad additions and 1 release, which was Ross. I think it was Ross, unless they let somebody else go. Let's see what's the names in. So let's dive into this practice squad one time. You feel me? Yeah, I seen Philip Dorsett go to the Donkeys, man. Fuck them. Fuck them. All right, I'm trying to look at this shit. I think we should be at 17 on the roster because they said we had added 3. We added 4. We added 4 people to the practice squad and we released 1. That should bring us back down to 17. I know Ross, the wide receiver, was the one of the guys I heard of before. So yeah, we end up having David Ogoha, the international player, which does not count against the rosters on the practice squad. Matthew Butler was added. McClendon Curtis, that's good to know. That I knew that was. I'm glad he cleared waivers. Cole Fotheringham, tight end. I see a lot of these guys you don't want to really dismiss permanently because they do have familiarity with the system. So and you can just bring them up and plug them right in. Now the safety, Jadon Grant, we added. Tyler Hall, cornerback, we added to the practice squad. Mauga, the linebacker that was on our team, he's on the practice squad. That's good shit. Sincere McCormick is back on the, well, not back on the practice squad. He was injured last year, but we kept him. Oh, they put Mutai, the guard, he ended up going to the practice squad. Okay. Isaac Rochelle, the defensive end, is on the practice squad. And now remember they added Devin Ross, but they released Devin Ross recently and added some other wide receivers. And then you got John Samuel Shanker, tight end out of Auburn. They put him on the practice squad. Sam Webb, cornerback, is on the practice squad, as well as Antoine Wesley, wide receiver. Let me see what up with dude. Antoine Wesley. So I know we added a couple of nice sized wide receivers. I think one was 6'4" and the other one was like about 6'2", if I remember right. Ross was a small, short dude. Now the dude, Antoine Wesley, played with the Arizona Cardinals. Let me see what's his stats on him. Antoine Wesley, how old is he? Yep, Antoine Wesley is a big wide receiver. He's only 25 years of age. He's from Las Vegas too. He's from Las Vegas, 6'4", 206 pounds. Wide receiver. Where he went to? He went to college at Texas Tech and went undrafted in 2019. He started off with the Baltimore Ravens, then the Arizona Cardinals, and now he is with us. That's a nice size wide receiver at 6'4". I don't know what his measurable, like the 40 time and all that. The 6'4", that's a big target. And he's on the practice squad. So that's one dude, and he's young. He's not hella old. He's 25 years of age. But he is a native, a Las Vegas native. I didn't know that. Okay, I see you. See you, Donkey Kong Jr. There was a couple of let me look. Let me see if I can get the whole squad practice squad. Las Vegas Raiders 2023 practice squad. All right, I think I got the one with all the names on it. Let's see. I can post it up for everybody if it's on here. It's the first of the month, so cash your checks and come up. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. It is the first of the month too. That was perfect, my nigga. All right, let's see what other you know about Tyler Hall. Shanker came out of Auburn. Matthew Butler, last year's draft pick. Come on, bro. Or Grosso, the center out of Oregon. We kept him. David Agoha, international pathway player. McClendon Curtis, guard out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Cole Fotheringham, Tight end, Malaga, the linebacker, Sincere McCormick, Rochelle, defensive end. Antoine Wesley was the wide receiver. What's the other one? Sam Webb at corner. Oh, I forgot Angelo. Dark Angelo, the linebacker, is on the practice squad. Okay, Marquez Callaway. That's the other wide receiver. Free agent wide receiver Marquez Callaway will be signing with the Las Vegas Raiders practice squad, per source. Waived by Denver. So we grabbed Denver. So Denver took Philip Dorsett and we took Marquez Callaway. Callaway had 1,069 yards, 7 touchdowns with the New Orleans Saints. So in 2020, he was a 1,000-yard receiver. With how many touchdowns? 7. So he had over 1,000 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns with New Orleans in 2020. And so that means fucking Sean Payton let him go, but he was with Sean Payton in New Orleans in 2020. That's interesting, considering he was a 1,000-yard receiver, 7 touchdowns. Oh yeah, so we signed him to the practice squad. Let me see what I want to see something real quick. Marquez Callaway. So Antoine Wesley, 6'4" wide receiver, and now okay, another good size. Marquez Callaway is he's 25 years of age, 6'2", 204 pounds. He went to Tennessee and he was undrafted in 2020. Boy, I tell you, the Raiders and these undrafteds, boy, they be finding some though. So he played with the Saints from 2020 to 2022. And then with Denver, he was with them in 2022. He was practice squad. He was practice squad with Denver last year. And now he's practice squad with us this year. We'll see what the development can do. But these are some good size wide receiver. Let me check something else, bro. I'd be wanting to know what kind of arsenal they bring to the team. For Marquez Callaway, so Marquez Callaway 40 time is 4.55. That's not bad at 6'2", what I say was 204. But what about Antoine Wesley though? That's what I want. Antoine Wesley 40 time. Antoine Wesley, what's his 40 time? Oh, they didn't. Oh, wait. 2 more. Okay, Antoine Wesley, his NFL Combine. Draft class was 2019 out of Texas Tech. And oh, they trying to say it's not available. Shit, they got his other time up there. I don't know what his 40 time is. I know Marquez Callaway is 4.55 40, so at 6'2", but Antoine Wesley is 6'4". Antoine Wesley. Let's see if they got this shit on Wikipedia. What's his combine? Fuck no, they gotta be lying. Oh, that's 20. Yeah, they ain't give me the stats on that, so I guess we don't know. But he's on the practice squad. Yes, indeed. Well, shit, y'all. I'm glad y'all pulled up and hung out with me for a minute, man. It's 4:39. I will be back at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. It will be the What the Fuck Friday, man. We're going to talk some other shit. Oh, Callaway's a burner? Okay. Hey, Kev, do you know about Antoine Wesley, the other wide receiver? But yeah, I looked at Callaway stats, bro. For him to be in just 2020, 1,000-yard receiver with 7 touchdowns, bro. Hey, I love to have a deep wide receiver core for real. Oh shit, it's Ruggs. Ooh. Oh yeah, we about to really put it on. We're gonna have defenses stuck. They ain't gonna know. They don't know what to commit to. Do we commit to the run or to the pass, bro? It's crazy. But yeah, man, I'm about to jump off here, man, and kick back for a minute. But I'll be back at 7. So if y'all up and ain't doing shit, man, pull up at 7 a.m. Pacific. It is the What the Fuck Friday show, bro. We'll talk some more about this shit, man. Matter of fact, I might do some research and put some shit together on these 2 wide receivers, man. But yeah, man, y'all go ahead and hey, good luck at work, Mike. You know what I mean? Don't drink the cold coffee unless it's that the Vietnamese coffee, boy. Hey, that shit be having a motherfucker wired. But yeah, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Hey, for those that's here that's new to the channel, that is new to the channel, man, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up, man. You know how we do this shit, man, all day, every day, man. I'll see you guys in a few hours, 7 a.m. right here, same Raider time, same Raider channel, man. We about to get into it. What the fuck Friday, man. Hey, it's good to see y'all, man. Take it easy. And what the fuck is all this shit? Oh, okay. I'm tripping. I'm looking at some shit on StreamYard, man. They tripping me out. With that being said, man, I'll see y'all in a few, man. Pull on up with your boy. You feel me? One time, man. Hey, see y'all then. I'm out this bitch. See y'all.